Chairman Phillips, and thanks for holding this hearing today to focus on some of the newest SBA relief programs that we're seeing for our small businesses. And it's been referenced a couple of times already. Yesterday, we held a full committee hearing with Administrator Guzman, and I know I asked her about the need to provide additional funds for the restaurant revitalization fund. Obviously, the RF is oversubscribed at this point, and I have appreciated some of the comments by Mr. McGuire about the need to properly fund the program. And also, I know Ms. Kumar, in your testimony, mentioned the impact of the restaurant relief funds. I'm curious if one or both of you, I'd love to hear from both of you about how, the return to things like greater indoor capacity, like really fully opening up, is impacting you and what the RF can do about that, but also kind of fundamentally looking forward. I know, Mr. McGuire, you actually talked a bit about none of us expected this to go on this long. And now we're seeing, like, we need to be thinking about addressing this as this, we're 16, 18 months, we're like, this is gonna impact us for a while. Can you talk a little bit about the, just how you're planning for that and what you think the RRF needs to look like and how we need to adapt?
Well, I think the most challenging word in that whole commentary was planning, and there really is just no such thing as that. I've been in this business since I was 18 years old. I've managed, or owned or operated for 35 years. I've managed P&Ls that whole time. I've never seen anything like this in my entire career. The price increases that we've seen in the last 45 days are unprecedented, and there's no playbook for how to deal with this. What I'm looking for from the RRF is to provide financial support that will allow a runway for us to get to the point where we can start planning and being strategic in what we do. Because right now there's really, I'm not exaggerating when I say I wake up and say, okay, what's coming my way today? And what are my prices on this? And am I going to have to change my menu? And will I be able to offer everything? And am I going to have enough staff to meet the demand of the consumer? And that is a daily issue. That is not something that any of us have ever had to deal with.
Thank you for that. I just want to state that, yes, our restaurant is open for indoor dining now. We're still practicing safety, but it's not as simple as just unlocking our doors and going back to the way things were. I don't think things are going to be the same for a really long time. And the grant money, the period that it covers, the expenses are covered from February of 2020 till March of 2023. So while the grant awards might seem large and the fund seems, it sounds like it's a lot of money, and it is, we are, required to plan, and planning, again, is the operative word. We can't go back to the same way of doing business. We have thousands of dollars that we owe to our landlords, for example, if we were lucky enough to reach a deferred agreement with them. A lot of us still owe money to our suppliers, and a lot of people took out idle loans that, they're going to be making payments for 30 years because of this pandemic that, put us in a situation that was like no fault of our own. And in the best of times before the pandemic, our profit margins were 6 to 9% in a really good year. Like 9%, we were jumping up and down with joy. And now, we're seeing, again, higher supplier costs, and we're all, myself in our company, we're committed to much higher wages for our employees and to make this a sustainable career for people to come back to lure them back to work. I know a lot of people really wanted to stay in the industry, but they just simply couldn't afford to do it. And that's an expensive commitment that we're willing to make, but we do need the support in order to sustain this industry and make it a viable place for people to be employed.
Yeah, thank you for that. And just really quickly, Ms. Baruch, we're going to follow up with you about some of the commentary that you made earlier. Obviously, it's a huge issue if disregarded entities are being having hurdles the way they are to get access to the programs. Thank you so much. Chairman, I yield back.